All right, Silver TV and Ray Yebedin Komo. Asante Kotoko etimi enya back-to-back win. This season because Kwenya back-to-back win twice. The first one was against Accra Lions and Aduana, and we was against Mediama and Legon Cities. Now back-to-back win, you noticing BB. That was Silver TV. A person you did home come up, and I'm going to talk about the 5 key things we've noticed from the Asante Kotoko back-to-back win. Again, you better share things that we believe said in the technical team based on 2 matches now got carbon and the necessary adjustment things can go on. Again, we will really break down the threats of the next 3 games as Asante Kotoko, but trust me, after going through the research books, I break it down. Matches me and say that Kotoko anymore. I must say I'm not sure. And it's very, very scary. And I'm going to tell you why these matches are scary. Jenna a packed one. And yeah, bro, I was Silver TV. Now, match day 12, Yapuavi. Now, this is as it is. Aduana Stars, Elusu of ye. Into Aduana Aka, a year, the 21 points are now Aduana won because of the defeat in Intino. Aduana Stars stays at that particular position. So, at remind, a move from 20 to 21 points. Meaning, I say, it's what remind so etnefie any team. You find Heart of Lions board draw. So now the top team on the league table, Diana is what remind both from the Brown Half region with 21 points. Samates move about 20 points. They won their game. Brekum Chelsea any Heart of Folk board draw. So Brekum Chelsea 20 points. At the 4th position, 5th position, Nations FC with 17 points. Because another nation share Karela United. Heart of Folk, it was 16 points. Bechem United 16 points. Well, game in hand, but for 16. Asante Kotoko 16 points. Meaning Kotoko and Has it was 16 points. Mediama 16 points. Accra Lions also with 16 points. Now, the next 3 games Asante Kotoko Bono is against Nations FC in the FA Cup, against Brekum Chelsea at the Barbara Sports Stadium, and against Heart to Folk at the Barbara Sports Stadium. That is what Nimikuta. Now, matches me and Saweno and worship. Nations FC and team my friend Brekum Chelsea at this moment, and check the Ghana Premier League in the last 5 matches. Or more form par. Brekum Chelsea in the last 5 matches. No Kotoko next week. We win 4 and we about draw 1. And that was the draw against Heart to Folk. Into 3 away matches, Brekum Chelsea lose. And you know the Ghana Premier League about 3 away matches. Now it's me winning against Dreams and against Mediama. Now they have to folk about draw. Look at the venue. Tapa, Dewu, and Accra. Or no Kotoko ever boba as a Kotoko. You cannot use your back-to-back win and fat and Chechero and mark complacency setting in. Because when you look at Brekum Chelsea, mostly they've been a thorn in the flesh of Asante Kotoko at the Barbara Sports Stadium. And with this kind of form, in the 5 matches at Brekum Chelsea, they've conceded 1 goal, and that was a no goal conceded against that to Folk. They've scored 6. So they've had a solid defense in the last 5 matches or more. But I'm going to share this weekend. And again, they are also scoring because we're about 5 matches 6, which is more than 1 per game. We are conceding 1. That means that should tell you how solid our Brekum Chelsea is. Now the next team got Kwanimbo a Benadine, a Nations FC or Barbara Sports Stadium, the MTN FA Cup. The FA Cup consistently, actually, it's a tournament. It's full of surprises, and the surprise keep on coming. That you just cannot sit back and say it's going to be an easy run for you. Now, when 2 teams are born who pay you. Before Kotoko Nations were Brankesi, they were not having a good side. But now, like I was talking about Brekum Chelsea, again, Oko Nations FC, almost the last 5 matches in the Ghana Premier League, we winning 4 and almost lose 1. And they've scored 7 goals and conceded 1. Meaning that Nations FC defense, now by the time I know they got Kolobo or Abrankesi, now they were not having a good team. No? All of a sudden, Neoma Peja at the Nations FC. And they picked 12 points in their last 15 games. Now, check Asante Kotoko picked 6 points in the last 15 games because you lose 3 and you win 2. Chelsea said in terms of form guide, the next two teams are Kotoko on Bebon, a better form guide than Asante Kotoko. One being Nations FC, and you need the FA Cup, Ogum's first season, FA Cup. You turn up about Malcolm face a year Kotoko free, and it nearly crashed Kotoko's season. And no check it FA Cup in recent times. Asante Kotoko is struggling. Nana Ponsen's first season. Asante Kotoko FA Cup quarterfinals. Na brekum Chelsea. Ashe Kotoko boase. Brekum Chelsea e kan one seven ha Kotoko. Penalties no dey Kotoko. The following season, that was the season Nana won the league together with Ogun. He faced Ashe Kotoko. Away from that, last season in the MTN FA Cup, Ediana Stars Kotoko frame. Meaning Kotoko's performance in the MTN FA Cup in the last 3 seasons have not been that well. It's only obi a only what you fan say me nyina mo kuro ba so. Wa pick form obeba. You should be very, very careful and you cannot underestimate such a game. Away from that, then you talk about Brekum Chelsea and form and how they've always been stubborn. And the next game at Tosom Yensano, Asante Kotoko and had to folk at the Babaya Sports Stadium. And had to folk against Kotoko last season ended 1-1. But Quentin share had to folk Kumase. Enti, Miansana day and no, they really back to back there. But in penny former players, Nentias said the job is not done. The job is not done. And we are far from the stage that we can sit back and relax. Because when nations every year free FA Cup, it will come back and affect attendance against Brekum Chelsea. But if Kotoko can crash nations, move on to Brekum Chelsea, and top it up with hard to focus, trust me, say Enyoma Ebekunyi. So the next 3 still difficult, and the team should be very, very careful about that. Now let's move on to the other issue. Na Yenka and Seminaka. The last 5 games are Kotoko Omo every need 2 and Omo lose 3. But the back-to-back win, there have been some key changes. I'm penning for in the Kotoko team. To me, I believe I yielded this back-to-back changes. First thing, I'm from a tactical point, the competition goalkeeping department. Competition at the goalkeeping department. And this competition is a very healthy one for Asante Kotoko. The last 3 games now Kotoko losing, Danlad was in goal post. Not to suggest Danlad was the problem, but a non-seller Kotoko options that they can try a different player. They introduce Frederick Asari and Asari bet them back to back Kotoko Timenya could give. And that is positive for the team. Then our bench and only any other goalkeeper game that you can trust, because don't forget Kotoko Eko Sugakope, not Danlad the prayer. So they needed another goalkeeper. And imagine say we Danlad will go through on the quality no any level now Danlad one. There's no goalkeeper within the Kotoko system or Bayan. What would have happened to Kotoko? Come to me a critique that competition will goalkeeping department to bring the best out of every player now. And the answer would have been no. So now if Danlad get the opportunity to be in goal post, you know say the alternate or you'll be also one home or here. So one can one a bad thing at the amount. So that competition, it pushes both goalkeepers to perform well, bring their A game so that Asante Kotoko will see a light at the end of every game. So the first major change I need to this back-to-back a year results, the goalkeeping department. The Atosunium the 3-back system are one way or the other are fixing Kotoko left back and right back problems. Fixing Kotoko left back and right back problems. So what season started here? Some back one they be a man for can you say? For once, Asante Kotoko team name Boboa. When you look at their left back and look at their right back, what you realize is that the standard that most often a man for that particular position for Asante Kotoko, these guys are struggling. In Kotoko left back position, they work for Abakakra, Nicolas Abakakra. Nana Benyina Bakakra, 1 position, 3 players, and it looks like in all not the problem na bibi anywhere else for team Asante Kotoko. Kotoko started with Teleku, move on to Nana Benyini, and Nicholas by. And Ninano, then Abeka say a Yakakra was probably Nicholas or Sebunsu. But the last 2 games, until make the squad because of injuries. So it means that there was headache our Kotoko left back position. And until the man for any J when Imoro Ibrahim about picture. Away from that, the right back position. This season Kotoko used against in Japan. Asante Kotoko used Fuseni Sahaku, a free bench Abebo Bipen, and Asante Kotoko used Samuel Asamoah against Karela. But in all these, not still sharp. Japan and now most of the games, and almost every time they Japan will be an Asamoah. Don't forget, say at the point Asante Kotoko, ebe use Prince Adasa at the number right back position for a year Kotoko matches of mobile. Andrews in Timenu about right back order. So one positioner coach na use play spar at the left and the right back, the left and the right back positions. 3 players na no use some proud to this 3-back system, and 5 players na no use some more right back proud to this 3-back system. Right back at Japan Fuseni, Asamoah, Adasa, and Ntimenu. Left back Nana Benyin Nicholas Don Teleku. Then he decided to move to the 3-back system with our dear friend wing backs. And one or the other, you realize that there is this kind of stability or the defensive left and right of Asante Kotoko's team as compared to the first 10 matches Asante Kotoko bought. Because now the 3-back system, no, you realize that Eduma Morrison Bayer, Eduma in Fig who saw the Prince, Aquababi Jinahono, Peter Mino Aquababi Jinahono. You are seeing improvement. And now when we are done with matches, nobody is talking about Kotoko left and right back being a problem for them. Because the first thing I coach in said, say one double up in terms of numbers on the wings. And so all wing backs are the wing backs are getting support from the left center back and the right center back, thereby creating a system, say, making it difficult for the opponent to use that particular position to punish them. Again, because of all wing backs, when the team is in an attacking transition, the right wing back and the left wing back also come in to add something special to the Asante Kotoko team. Options. So the 3-back system, one enyan Bobby Bree, Albert Major workers are fixing problem, no, but amass some level of comfort with regard to the left and right back positioner. Now Asante Kotoko a face. The third changer, we notice say Pio Kotoko Ama Kotoko back-to-back win. A branch of friend a year Justice Blay and a Richmond Lamte inclusion, and now their recovery from injury. The 3 games now na Kotoko bono na Lamte Prano account, so he was missing in the middle. The Richmond Pokubebo against Nsuatera Kakra. Eric says a baby Bobby. Na Kotoko abo against team my friend a year Dreams. Na mfimfini hono says a man na mwa Shadrach Adomosuba Hopia. Then Kotoko beko Samates, a similar system na, but Nina was not working. But Lamte back, a share fin on. And Ra against a year Accra Lions, sorry, Legon Cities, on an assist and a boy in the build up leading to the first goal for Asante Kotoko. Then he watched Kotoko against a year Midiama, and he played so well and controlled the midfield, say, man of the match contenders, now Abrantia, the friend Richmond Lamte come. So back to back, his return from injury at the time level of spark ever share the Kotoko a midfield in terms of creativity. Then Okwe Chira, not Justice Blay a player wepra. Or back in the 2 matches abo as a right center back Minano, a Bienu had ratings a below 7. Against a Midiama, he won the man of the match, and in yesterday's game against Legon Cities, he played so well that the average a year football analyst every man 7/10 out of the performance of boys. So the return of Lamte and Justice Blay from injury also can the secret and then your man assistant coach team ma I must say some more perform more met me and the back-to-back me. The 4th thing I'm the Bema only say Abrante friend Mukwala is finding his feet in the front 2 instead of playing on the wings. Mukwala started this season. The man need to name more and a coach necessary. After your back, Now it looks like Kalu are picking the form. So Mukwala was operating from the wings. And Umuano could go against nations. But after that, now Manchester Mukwala operating from the wings in a beard one effort. But since Coach Ogun decided to born front two together with Kalu Wataran. So Pure Help Kotoko Midiama saw a year the Mukwala na in the first with that kind of efficiency. The only thing was that now the finishing and a problem in the game against Midiama. But the take-ons, the pressing, the runs, the movement, science now more than it did last season in the game Kotoko Boy against Midiama, which shows you that a bread could name Honan Kasano, a honor about a position and bring the best out of him. And on the same now, Kotoko Pimo Sugakopa, Oshegu, Obo cross, Ama defender about to attempt, Obo shot Ama goalkeeper save, Ama is a couple of Baba natural time. So Nkwala is picking things up after Coach Ogun decided say Obo a front two of Kalu Watara and Steve Mukwala. And it's paying off because we're teaming a goal, we're teaming an assist, we're teaming create a chance. Now see ocean the rounds now, we team say spot on. It means that we genuinely a year power than he operating a year from a year the wings are Coach Ogun at the point now Oyusun. Last time as Asante said the experienced players are starting to deliver. Say whatever that you want to say. But Morrison in good when in the last two games Asante Kotoko. Says in good when when you pick up there, but he's performing an okay performance against a Midiama and against a Legon City. Mukwala, old player, he's picking up. Lamte, old player. Sharif Mohammed in the middle. Excellent job now, Sharif Mohammed. You talk about Justice Blake, you talk about Enoch Morrison. It's your po. So what check it out last matches now more bona. Dynamic changes need be abani say. Fede Kasari last season no hodada. Justice Blake no hodada. Enoch Morrison no hodada. George Mfege no hodada. Sharif Mohammed, Eric Zeze, Richmond Lamte no more hodada. And you talk about Steve Mukwala no more hodada. Into the last matches now Kotoko abono. So we're starting 11 now. New players no. Nuruddin, Henry Ansu, and Abrantia, your friend Kalu Watara. So one word the other. Send enough first Kotoko team starting matches. Now old players near 7. And now new players here 7. Now old players here bare 4. Sadly and Sasa in the last 2 matches at Kotoko. Now we are seeing most of the new old players starting. Because starting 11 coach now Sasa in the last 2 games for maintaining until when you are getting about 8 of old players with 3 new players. And that's what me and back-to-back winner. It should tell you, say, one, the coach had issues with the old players because they were not performing at training grounds. But they were able to perform and they are playing well, and that is a positive sign. Me say Frederick Kasari, Justice Blake, George Mfege, Enoch Morrison, Sharif Mohammed, Eric Zeze, Richmond Lamte, and Steve Mukwala. 8 old players. And now when you check the midfielder, you see a midfielder is made up of players that played last season and last 2 seasons. Sharif Mohammed when Ogun 80 league, Obo be together with Lamte. So the understanding and bonding is there already. Last season, Eric Zeze was part of the Kotoko team, and that has been the midfield trio Coach Ogun they bought the last 2 games into a move away from the Michael Che Jamina and through Sinti partnership in the middle. And now on the old face like Sharif Mohammed, Lamte, and Eric says and Ian Ejuma in the middle, with Mukwala playing his favorite position, which is up front, with Morrison and Mfege supporting on the wings, Blake as a right wing back, as a right centre back, and Frederick Kasari. Upo. At a point, this was what most of the fans were calling for. They wanted most of the old players, and now Coach Netie and these players are doing the job. Into Jamia, near her Kotoko team. The mechanic says sans science we are also on and off the field, and leading to the wonders that we are seeing from Asante Kotoko when they are playing against their opponent. This is Obe TV, we do the analysis. If you also believe that the new maybe soon are leading to these changes, you can put it down there and we'll read it at the right time. This was pure analysis story. The story is now coming in. Bye bye.